Hello everyone, I'm Bob, and this is Gil Skillz. I've gotten a lot of comments recently from people asking me what type of wire stripper I use to strip all of my wire. This episode of Gil Skillz is dedicated to that. Plus, I'm going to show you a few other things. So stay tuned for this exciting episode of Gil Skillz. Now, I know a lot of the more experienced scrappers are going to be questioning me saying, hey, why do you need a wire stripper at all? You could just simply, take a nice box cutter and just put it on a nice flat surface and run it along and strip your wire. Well, that's true. So you're asking yourself, why is Bob from Gil Skillz going over wire strippers? Well, the answer is quite simple. Everyone has different tastes and everybody has different situations. And I will definitely go into more of that in a few moments. So, yes, that is certainly true. You don't really need a wire stripper for the likes of RYBEK because it's a solid piece of wire. So it's just straightforward. All you got to do is just simply, run your knife across. And just like that, you've got your piece of copper. Real easy peasy when you've got a solid piece of copper. Stripping wire like that with RYBEK is quite easy, but when you get into braided wire, like power cords and things of that nature, you start running into a bit of an issue there. Power cord wire. So stripping a power cord wire with braided copper, it's a little bit different. If you got to hold it just right, the braids tend to start shaving off, and as you grab it, as you pull along, it could definitely cause issues. It can get in your hands and just be a giant pain in the tuchus. Another good reason to use a wire stripper aside from this is if people have arthritis, if they get issues with their hands, if they get fatigued easy for some reason or another, wire strippers are definitely a better option, and it's a much quicker and cleaner experience doing that as well. All right, guys, this is my RBF Products Incorporated wire stripper. This is a really fantastic little device. I'm going to go over a few things on it before we start stripping, and I show you how to strip. This device, you can do one of two things with it. You can put it in a vise like I have it here, or you can actually mount it to a countertop. So it's really cool. It's adjustable. As you can probably see, there's a blade in here. And this knob right here adjusts how far up or down that blade goes, which is cool. And when your blade gets dull, you can simply replace it by loosening these two pieces here. And then you just slide this piece forward and back like so, and as you can see, it just uses regular razors. So you're not buying any special types of razors. So you just simply put your replacement in here. Sorry, I'm shaking. I've had too much coffee apparently. And you just close it up. Tighten these bad boys. And then you're ready to rock and roll again. I've got that same wire, that same braided wire that I was attempting to strip on the bench over there. And I'm going to adjust. Basically, all you do is simply feed it in like so. You can see that there, so it starts on the blade. You want to adjust the blade ever so slightly just to make sure that it's going to cut through the plastic coating. You don't want to go too deep because it will shred the braids just like it would as if you were stripping it just with a regular blade. And you just simply pull it through.
like so. And I find this way easier on the hands because I do have a little bit of arthritis. Sometimes you'll have to take your box cutter and you'll have to like start a place where you can just kind of start taking it apart. And sometimes you got to dial it in, you know, sometimes you may not have cut in deep enough and you might need to give it another go. But as you can see here, what I had done was deep enough, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull the copper out. And just like that, there we go. Get some nice bright copper. That's going to go in the number 2 copper pile. Just like that. And of course, you know, the plastic can get thrown away. So I've got another piece here. Let's go ahead and do another one since I've got it all configured for the thickness of this particular power cord here. So I'm just feeding it through. You want to make sure that the wire is in the very center of the spindle. And just start feeding it through. Just like that. Nice and easy. And you just kind of pull it through at the very end. You know, if you've got fingernails, you might be able to pry this apart at the very beginning, but I use a box cutter because it's a little harder for me to do that. So I just kind of start right there. Just like so. So yeah, it takes a little bit of dialing in. But once you've got it dialed in, you could start rapidly going through this stuff. And then, of course, you know that there are power cords that are different thicknesses, but it's really easy just to simply use this knob and adjust that accordingly. So here's some more beautiful copper. Now for some people, this may be difficult. This part where you start, you know, you start feeding it through. And for that reason, I mean, I can feel it right now, right in here. I can feel it right here. So for that reason, this particular wire stripper may not be best suited for you. But I'm going to show you a couple of options that you can go with. Thankfully, this is not the only stripper around. Wire stripper, that is. There we go. Put that in there like so.
As you guys can see, Googling RBF products, adjustable wire stripper, pulls up a few options on Google, ranging anywhere from $145 on eBay to $435 on SPW Industrial. The cheapest I found it, believe it or not, was on RBF's main website for $130, as you can see here. The model number is RBF Products WS1001. Now, before you run right out and purchase one of these, if that is your intent, I do want to make you aware that there is definitely a variety of other options available for you in terms of wire strippers. Some of them are actually cheaper and, in my opinion, a little more efficient in terms of stripping wire for you. So just simply Googling wire stripper, as you can see here, there's definitely options. There's a tool, basically an adjustable tool here, where you can use a drill to run the wire through. And it's a little bit less than the RBF products tool that I use. There's a handheld tool here that you can use that's adjustable as well for $29.99. Looks like it's got some pretty decent reviews as well. Manual wire stripping cable, peeling machine for $55. I'm sure you're beginning to see my point. There are wire stripping machines with manual handles for $67.99, so there's definitely cheaper options. If you do want a wire stripper, definitely do your research and make sure that you're purchasing one that's going to be right for you. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of my journey here today. If you can, please hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me and my channel. In the link in the description below, you're going to see a GoFundMe campaign. My computer's on its way out. It's not very reliable at this point, so I'm trying to get a little help in saving some money to get a new computer so that I can help create new and exciting content for you folks. Feel free to donate if you can. If you can't, no big deal. But until the next time, guys, have a scrap happy day.
If you want to learn to micro scrap, forget all the other YouTube crap. In his vehicle that he fills with all of the e-waste thrills, he has energy but he takes no pills. Shows you how you can pay your bills. So much scrap, it's like scrap hills. It's Gil Skillz.